What's up, guys? So you know this was going to happen. A video talking about EVO 2018 and all the drama. First, I just want to say, as an event, EVO was run well. Like, the things I don't like about EVO are the same as always. 8 a.m. pools, best of 3, 2 days for a 1,000 plus person event. Not as much steps as I'd like. But EVO runs 8 other games. We got top 8 Sunday last year, and overall, EVO was run well. No complaints there. So let's talk about the community at EVO and the problems there. So obviously, I think this EVO was a representation of what happens when you have years of toxicity towards the players and they get their chance to fire back. So, no surprise to anyone, community can be very hateful towards players just because of the characters they play or their play styles. And I think it's completely okay to hate play styles and characters. I personally hate Cloud. Everyone knows this. I don't like fighting Bayo. This is no surprise. However, it is not okay to hate on the players and give the players themselves shit because they use a character that you don't like or a playstyle I don't like. Guess what? These players are playing to win or playing to have fun in their own way. And, they are people outside of the game. As much as I dislike Cloud or Bayo, I think the Bayos and Clouds are awesome. Zach, Lima, Mistake, Tweak, Leo, etc. All great people despite, disliking fighting their character. But a lot of people don't realize this. A lot of people see a character on screen, hate it, and say, it's okay to hate this character, this person. It's okay to say that I hope they die. It's okay to say I hope they weren't born. It's okay to say I hope they get last at every single tournament. And that's what people think. People think it's okay to wish the worst on these guys only because of what they see on screen, forgetting that they're people. And this is something that, coming into Smash Ultimate, I really hope is fixed. You're not part of the problem. That's great. It's better to, try and make sure other people aren't part of the problem. And if you are part of the problem, just fix it up. Don't be part of the problem. It's not okay. So now, let's get into other things. So when Zach flipped off the crowd at EVO, I think this is just an example of him, letting go of years of pent-up frustration at people. He beat Rido, killed Rido at a really low percent, and people were booing him as far as I know. And you know what he does to counter the booing? He walks off stage and flips them off. And that's totally fine. If you were booing Zach and you got offended that he flipped you off, guess what? You have no right to be offended there. And because he was offended at you for booing him. And if you were not part of the crowd booing him and you were offended that Zach flipped you off, guess what? He wasn't flipping you off. He was flipping off the people that were booing him. Now, with that said, I don't think it's a good look for constant booing to be on stream or people be flipping players off on stream, especially with Nintendo trying to support our community, and especially with EVO being such a well-known and big event. We don't want to look bad to Nintendo or EVO. But I can understand why Zach would flip the crowd off there. And one thing I do want to mention actually is I am personally, part of this problem as well, where people I think care about booing too much. Like, I think booing isn't as big of a deal as myself or the community likes to make it out to be, because booing happens in other sports and other esports. It's not just Smash. But we probably take more offense than any of the community to it. So that's something that, just food for thought. Next up. EVO Grand Finals and all the nonsense that happened there. So, obviously, I don't think anyone can defend this right now, the whole stalling for 2 minutes. Keep in mind, this was, as I mentioned before, Zach and Lima's way to get back at the community for all the nonsense that they give him, them, not him, and just all the issues they had to struggle through to get up to this point. So it's their way to attack the community and crowd that was being shitty to them. And it's totally in their right to do that. They got the grand finals. They earned it. With that said, once again, to EVO and Nintendo, it's a bad look to have the players stalling and not taking grand finals seriously. Lima homie stalking, once again, I know some people are okay with that. I personally, when I look at it from the perspective of, hey, grand finals, super serious, EVO wants to promote high level competition to fight for the best in the world kind of persona. And so that's obviously not okay. Even as funny as it was to see the mid-game interviews, honestly, they did the stalling thing for a few seconds instead of 2 minutes. It would have been a little bit entertaining and silly to see. But, yeah. But the thing is, what I realized earlier today, and what really inspired me to make this video, is that I don't think Zach and Lima cared about who won in grand finals. I think to them, getting into grand finals versus each other, two best friends hang out with each other at every single tournament, constantly practice with each other, help each other out to advance in bracket. I think to them, just getting into grand finals versus each other was victory in itself. The chance to get back at the crowd was victory in itself. To let the crowd know, hey, we got here and you didn't. Hey, we can do what we want and you can't. And I'm not going to defend what they did because I was obviously immature. But I think this was really just the result of what happens when you have these people that feel isolated from the majority of the community because of their character and playstyles. And they get the chance to be happy for each other for making it so far. Zach was smiling and hugging Lima after he lost. As Lima homie socked for Zach. They obviously had the start of the set 2 stalling thing as they're laughing and talking and doing the interviews. And not much I'll say on that. Last couple food for thoughts. First one is I did talk about on Twitter how I didn't like how the crowd left after grand finals was determined to be a battle ditto. And you know what? After thinking about it more, people on Twitter are saying, hey, it's their right to leave the crowd. It's better than booing. They're not forced to watch something they don't want to watch. Totally right. I was in the wrong there. I will say that. About half the crowd left, and that's totally okay if they left and they didn't want to see it. It's better than them booing, to be honest. So, yeah. With that said, EVO is a privilege, not a right. And I want to make sure that we as a community know this. We will probably going to be there next year for Ultimate regardless. But there's a difference between, for example, getting an 8 a.m. time slot because the EVO community thinks we put on a bad showing or might put on a bad showing because of our community, and getting a 4 p.m. time slot because we had a great showing, a great community, and all that stuff. And the point is, we should be a good look to EVO and make them want us back every year after next year. Make them want to give us a good time slot. We want to be hype about our own game and excited to watch our matches. We want to talk positively about it. And I know it can be very hard. Negativity is a very easy thing to do. I obviously am very negative as well. But realize that a lot of other communities would kill for this chance to be at EVO. A lot of other communities in general would kill to have as much of an infrastructure for tournaments as the Smash community has with our regular events. So many communities only have EVO as their time of year to showcase to the world who they are, what makes the game exciting, what makes their players cool. And to a lot of communities, it's when we disrespect EVO and our own grand finals and all that stuff and just make ourselves look bad, they hate that even more because they don't even get that chance and we squander it. So that's my final thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Obviously, there's a lot of things to talk about. I tried to just summarize it. And yeah, the point is, there's so many things we should shape up on before Ultimate, and I really hope we do. And obviously, I am included in this. I don't think there's anyone that, can't improve before Ultimate comes out. And peace out, guys.